When most of the world thinks of Bhutan, a single image comes to mind: a monastery clinging impossibly to a cliffside, perched like a limpet high above the Paro Valley. This is Takchang Monastery, better known as the Tiger's Nest. It is Bhutan's most famous monastery, its most sacred site, and its most photographed landmark. To the Bhutanese, it is more than a postcard view. It is a place of pilgrimage. Every Bhutanese is expected to visit at least once in their lifetime. The monastery's origins date back to the 8th century, when Guru Rinpoche, the founder of Buddhism in Bhutan, is said to have flown to this site on the back of a tigress. There, he meditated in a cave for 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, and 3 hours. From that meditation, Buddhism spread across Bhutan. This story gave the monastery its name, Tiger's Nest, and its revered place in Bhutanese spirituality. Built into the rock face 3,000 feet above the valley floor, the monastery is both breathtaking and improbable. From below, it looks like it has been glued to the granite by some divine hand. To stand before it is to experience both awe and disbelief. How could humans have constructed such a sanctuary in such a place? There are two ways to reach Tiger's Nest. The first is the Bumdrak Trek, a 2-day overnight route beginning from Sangchen Choakor Shedra, a Buddhist college at 9,186 feet. It is a demanding climb, with the first day pushing you up past 12,000 feet before a night in tents at 13,713 feet. From there, the trek descends to Tiger's Nest the following day. The second, and more common way, taken by about 98% of visitors, is the direct hike. This is a 3.5 hour uphill trail, a gain of over 2,000 feet, straight up the mountainside. It is steep, it is tough, and it tests the determination of every pilgrim. But the reward is to stand face to face with Bhutan's most sacred monastery. I had chosen the harder path. Along with my son Guy and my daughter Kelsey, I set out on the Bumdrak trek with our guide. We carried only day packs, but the elevation quickly began to tell. At 10,997 feet, after 2.5 hours of climbing, I sat down to rest. Suddenly, the altitude overwhelmed me. I passed out, only briefly, but enough for Guy to catch me before I toppled sideways. It was a sobering moment. Ahead lay another 3,000 feet of climbing just to reach our camp. The choice was clear. I turned back, retracing my steps down to the Buddhist college. My children wanted to join me in coming back down the mountain, but I insisted that they continue to complete the trek. With hindsight, I made 3 mistakes. One, attempting such a demanding trek on our second day in Bhutan without time to acclimatize. Two, forgetting to start altitude medication 2 days in advance. And three, leaving behind my electrolyte powder in the hotel. The result was disappointment and a sense of shame. I had wanted to share this journey fully with my children, and instead I had to turn around. The next day, however, brought a second chance. While Guy and Kelsey descended from their mountain camp, shown here with clouds above and below, toward Tiger's Nest, I set out on the direct pilgrim's trail. Better prepared, electrolytes in my water, another day to adjust, and a heart determined not to quit, I made the climb. It was no easy feat. The trail is relentless, but step by step, switchback by switchback, I worked my way upward. And then suddenly there it was, the Tiger's Nest itself, perched above me in all its improbable glory. We reunited at the monastery, and together we stepped into Bhutan's holiest site. Inside, the air was thick with prayer and silence. I thought of the countless Bhutanese who had made this same journey, many barefoot, many chanting, all carrying hopes and prayers. For us, the Tiger's Nest was not just a destination. It was an effort, a struggle, a lesson in humility. It tested me, it tested us, and it rewarded us with something greater than a view. As I write this, I find myself welling up. We made it. Not easily, not perfectly, but together. And in that effort, I think we glimpsed a little of what makes this place sacred, the belief that what is most valuable is not simply given, it must be climbed toward.